Hey everyone, it's Melody with Design by Melody. I'm here with my layout number 1 using the Wild Hare kits. Now, if you missed my unboxing for this, I did a video on this kit last Thursday, I think. Yes, last Thursday. And I'll have it linked in the description box below. But this kit is actually the Wild Hare kits. And basically what it is it's a handcrafted, like hand-curated kit. So basically you go in on the website and you fill out a style profile. And in my unboxing video, I share that whole process with you of me filling out that style profile and everything, and actually placing the order and all of that. Plus I have a 10% off discount code if you purchase a deluxe kit, which is similar to what I have here. So make sure you go back and check that out. If you would like that kit, or I'm sorry, that code is just Melody10, and it's on any deluxe kit you purchase before March 1st. But make sure you go back and check out that unboxing video because that has all those details. But anyways, so this is that kit. This is my hand-curated kit. This is based off of the preferences I put on my style profile. And this is actually the very first layout I'm making with this kit. So I was so drawn to that die cut or like cut piece, the 12 by 12 white sheet of cardstock that was cut with the 2018 out of it. You get, or in mine I got the negative as well as the actual 2018 piece. So I'm actually working with the negative piece here. This is the 12 by 12 cardstock piece where she cut the 2018 out of. And I'm just using that to actually create a goal sheet for or a gold page for my 2018 album. Now I have never done a goal page before, but I think it's a great idea. I just typically scrapbook behind, so I don't typically actually have a first layout for the year at the same time that the year rolls around. Usually I'm working a couple years behind. Well, this year I still am working a couple years behind, don't get me wrong. I'm definitely not caught up, but I decided to try to do some more like live, real-time layouts. So for Christmas I got this little, I think it's called Life Printer or something like that. I'll share it with you in a haul video coming up soon. But I got this little printer, and what it does is it prints these little 2x3 photos. And I took a picture of myself on this day. I actually don't have any makeup on, but I do have my hair straightened and I've got my glasses on. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to take a picture of myself and do a goal page. It's a few weeks after the beginning of 2018, but I've been watching a lot of goal pages from other people, and I thought it'd be quite interesting to go ahead and do a goal page for myself. Now, it's a very tiny photo, especially since I trimmed it down a little bit. I took about a 1/2 inch off the top, so it's probably about a 2.5 by 2 inch photo here. And I'm using different pieces of the kit. I have the little piece of glassine bag, and then I'm cutting apart these little, what are they? Maybe like 2 by 2 inch squares that were on this 12 by 12 sheet. One side is a solid paper and the back side has all these different squares of patterns. So I'm just cutting a couple of them out and I'm creating a couple different layers. I'm sticking with the kind of brighter pinks and blues because I have that top 10 card that I cut, or piece list that I cut apart from one of the sheets. And then I also have the, down at the bottom, I have what I backed my 2018 with, which is a diagonal, really kind of bright pink colored paper, and it has the months as well as just the days in white, like a white outline going diagonally. So I felt like the colors kind of mixed well, and then since I printed my photo black and white, it still has blue tones in it because of the filter I put on it. But I really like kind of the combination of the pinks and the blues. Just cut a bunch of different little pieces out and then just kind of layering them up. Now, one thing in hindsight, because I layered that glassine bag right behind my photo and I took the sticky part off the back of my photo to make it a sticker, I should have put it on white cardstock first and then put it on the glassine bag. And the reason I say that is because now, a couple days later, my photo's kind of wrinkly. It's not noticeable unless you really look for it, but it's kind of took on the texture of the glassine bag a little bit. So I should have put a layer of cardstock between them. So I've got my little photo cluster here, I've got my top 10 list, and then I've got my background paper with the goals. Just looking at it, trying to figure out what I was going to do, and as you can see, I've got a couple papers laid right there behind it, and I am going to cut down this white piece of cardstock just slightly, and I'm going to add a double mat on the bag. So I'm going to use this kind of dark grayish slate colored paper. It's kind of like a, it's not really a wood grain, but it's a play on like a wood grain or like a chevron wood grain, something like that. And I'm going to use that as my very outside layer. And then I'm going to put a very, very thin, like less than an eighth, a little bit more than a 16th, but less than an eighth of, I guess it's, what is that? 3/32. Let's do our math here, our fractions. But I'm just cutting out a little bit and doing a little tiny, very skinny mat of this tone-on-tone kind of teal paper. So typically, and if you've watched me for a while, typically I am very much a thrifty kind of crafter. I don't know, that's not really the word I'm looking for, but basically I like to conserve as much as possible. And that is exactly what I'm doing when I cut out the centers of these papers. However, I am typically a little bit more hesitant to cut into a large 12 by 12 like this because it reduces my ability to make as many 12 by 12 layouts with just the kit alone. So in this particular layout, I actually cut like 5 12 by 12 pieces up. So I don't really have a whole lot of just solid 12 by 12 pieces left. I do have some, don't get me wrong, but this is very kind of not typical for me because I cut up, of course, while I'm using the white piece, I cut out the 2 backing pieces, and then I also cut the piece with all the little 2 by 2 squares on it, and then I also cut into the piece that has that hot pink and those list papers. So those were all 12 by 12 pieces of paper, so I actually cut into a lot of 12 by 12 pieces on this layout. I'm really happy with the result, but I'm kind of trying to, I've got so much in my stash, I really don't need to limit my creativity here. And so I'm really trying to just be a little bit more creative and stop thinking about conserving supplies. Now, I'm not going to waste anything. I'm definitely not going to do that. But I'm just trying to stop conserving quite so many supplies. Like I'm trying to stop saving every single 12 by 12 sheet of paper that's my favorite and actually use it. So this kit is kind of a good way for me to kind of break into that. Now, I'm putting down some goals for 2018, and these are scrapbooking related as well as personal. I'll read them to you. Number 1 is scrapbook on a regular basis. Number 2 is post items weekly in my Etsy shop. Number 3 is participate on one design team, and I'm not on one right now. I just finished one, so I'm not on one right now, so that's really going to be a mystery to me. Number 4 is attend a crop day or weekend. I don't know about that one either, so we'll have to figure that out. Number 5 is be more active on social media. Number 6 is pay off all my consumer revolving debt. That's a big personal one for me. Number 7 is go on 3 family vacations. We already have 1 planned, so we need to plan 2 more. They don't have to be giant or extravagant. It's just really taking the time out of our daily life and enjoying our time as a family. Number 8 is be in more regular contact with family, and I'm talking about like extended family, like my cousins and things like that. Number 9 is focus on my health, and number 10 is have fun, and just really, I'm really trying not to stress this year, and I know that's like a big thing, and if you guys know me personally, or if you've watched me long enough, you probably realize that I'm not like a huge person. Like I don't get real stressed out, but I always worry about things, and to me that's just a different form of stress. So what I'm trying to do is just really focus on the day and the time and enjoying every single little moment. So, and scrapbooking is an outlet for me, which is probably why, if you didn't know that I do worry a lot, this is an outlet for me. So it's a way that I deal with some of those worry things that come into play. So I went through my little die cut package here and just pulled out a couple different ones. I pulled out this girlfriend's banner at the top, and I'm just going to cut off the end and just use that little end with the heart on it. I pulled out a couple pieces of chipboard. Also I'm adding some tabs here, and then a couple other little pieces around. So I had added that let's talk about this chipboard piece because I felt like if I was going to put my photo next to the top 10 list, I needed something else there. Now I really love this like clustering effect, but it just needed something at the top, which is why I'm adding this banner. Seems like a fairly simple layout when I finished, but I really love all the little elements that went into it. And it actually has a lot of supplies on this page. I think there's like 5 or 6 layers behind my photo, and all these other things are just a mishmash of stickers and chipboard and die cuts and things like that. So I am going to pull out some enamel dots here in a moment and kind of add those. Now I had to pull a few things from my stash and the enamel dots are one of those. So I pulled out some twine and ink enamel dots. I pulled out some Paper Studio enamel dots that I got from Hobby Lobby. I am using, oh, that pen I used, which is fantastic, which I love, and if you've seen my videos for the last couple weeks, you've probably seen it. It's my Pilot Friction Erasable pen. I love the fact that you can erase it, so I don't have to worry so much about what I'm journaling. I can just always erase it if I have to. And then I used the Stickability 7/16 of an inch Franklin in black stickers, and those are those black stickers that I wrote goals. Oh, and I forgot, I pulled out my little Doodlebug design mini paper clips as well, as you can see right there. I just love those little paper clips. They're so cute. Trying a couple different pieces of sequins. I tried to use the one in the kit, but they just don't have the colors that I need. It has more blues than teals and has more purples than pinks. So it just doesn't really fit here with what I'm looking for. So that's how I end up resulting in the enamel dots. I just go through my stash and find them. It took me a second to find them because I couldn't remember where I had put them. But I pulled out a couple from my stash and just kind of used this one right there with the different teals and that twine and ink pack as well. It has like a pink, a peach, lime green, and kind of a baby blue. So I'm going to use the pinks off of there and then a few of the teals off of the Paper Studio ones. I like these navy ones, but they're just too big. They're the really big set here, and it's just not going to work out. So I'm going to end up using these other two. Now I end up leaving these two enamel dot packs with this kit because it does coordinate, and so you may see those in a couple future layouts. Now I will link the unboxing video in the description box below, and I'll also link a few of the items that I added to the kit in case you're interested in purchasing those. But let me know if you guys have any questions, and do not forget about that coupon code, because if you're wanting to purchase a deluxe kit, it'd be awesome to get 10% off. Alright guys, thank you so much. Bye!